What's up, good people? Let's get it. Welcome to Design Love, inspiration, ideas, and solutions for folks who love interior design. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of fun. Make sure you check out last week's show where we talked about tips to upgrade your bathroom on a budget. When a client hires me to design their home, the first thing I do is find out as much as I can about their lifestyle. Designers have a lot of awareness and skill about what to do in a space to deliver functionality and a high quality experience. But if they neglect to find out what kind of lifestyle the homeowner has, they're setting everyone up to fail. If you are thinking about hiring a designer, don't worry, I got you. Because in this episode, I am going to share some great stuff with you today. You're going to learn how your life impacts your design ideas. Because I created this show to help folks just like you solve their design problems and solve them quickly. I'm Denise Joy, designer, artist, and creator of the Furaha method of joyful design. By the way, Furaha means joyful in Swahili. Now, real quick, do me a favor, hit the share button. Share this experience with your community. I know they will appreciate it. And drop in the comments, what state are you watching from? I would love to shout you out. You know, there's an art to creating an attractive home at an affordable price. And my promise is to make design accessible to everyone. Through my boutique firm, we make design accessible because every person deserves a custom on a budget experience. For every project, small or large, I help my homeowners keep my Furaha principles top of mind. Number one, honor yourself. Fill your home with things you love. Two, treat yourself better than company. Three, add some meaning and some age in your home. Now, that means besides yourself. Number four, stop settling for, oh, that's good enough, because it never is. And lastly, allow joy to have permanent residence in your life. Listen, I don't just help you transform your home, I help you transform your life. Now, this is the Wind Down Wednesday edition of Design Love. So every time I say design, you have to take a tiny sip of your beverage of choice. Oh, hey, there it is. I just said design. Sip, sip, everyone. Now, remember, in this episode, I'm sharing some inspiration, ideas, and solutions to help you learn how your life will impact your design ideas. Hey, and if you have an idea for a show, please drop it in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. Also, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you happen to be watching this episode as a replay, just go to www.customonabudget.com and hit subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Now, here's the thing, even if you aren't going to work with a designer, knowing your lifestyle preferences will help you make better choices about design decisions for your home. That means if you're going to go out and do the selections for decor and furnishings yourself, you're going to DIY a project. You know, life shifts and changes over time, right? For example, we don't live the same way when we have kids in the home as when they're gone, typically. Or maybe you start working out and you didn't do that before. Or like many people are doing right now, working from home. Our lifestyle preferences are going to shape and impact our design ideas and decisions. When you get serious about what your lifestyle preferences are, you're going to end up with a home you love even more, or in some cases, you might just fall in love with your home for the very first time. Now, here are some questions I want you to think about that I use on my lifestyle design assessment for my clients. And you should consider asking yourself these questions if you're going to do a DIY project or you're going to hire a designer. Number one, is your home a shoes on or shoes off kind of home? Right? That's a totally different experience. My home happens to be a shoes off home. I know there are some people who like whatever, but that's my lifestyle preference. Number two, do you entertain regularly or just at big holidays? These are some essential questions to figure out ahead of time. Three, do you regularly vegetable or flower garden? Do you garden a lot? Four, How do you want to feel and how do you want others to feel in your space? 5, do you have pets that live in your home and those pets are like a family member? Number 6, what colors do you not want to see dominant in the space? 6, what's missing in your home that would make it better for the way you live? And then 8, what do you just dislike in your home? Now, these are not by any means all the questions that I include in a lifestyle assessment, but this gets you going. It points you in the right direction so that you can begin to think about, you know what? How am I living now? Or how do I want to live in my home, 6 months from now, etc. Now, don't forget, I said design. Now, don't forget to take that sip, y'all. Now, next up, I'm going to share some questions you should consider when you're going to design your home to fit your lifestyle. But I got to do my weekly DDT shout outs. I am always so excited about the faithful members of my DDT. That's the Dopenificent Design Tribe. These are folks who they watch my makeover videos, they comment on them, and they even hire me as their design stylist. Now, if you are in the audience watching live, make sure you drop something in the comments. Here's this week's shout outs. My soror, Meredith Hudson, Michael Charles Knight. He's always just doing so much on Instagram. Elbert Briggs, my Omaha homeboy. Philippa Hurley, Kama Henrys, and Jennifer Carlavati. Thank you, everyone. And if I didn't shout you out this week, show some love, and I'll shout you out next week. Drop what state you're watching from in the chat. I'd love to shout you out. And if this is some good stuff, y'all let me know. Drop it in the comments. Now, let's talk about some design solutions using the questions from the previous segment. When you start to give some thought, really give some thought to your lifestyle preferences and consideration regarding what's missing in your home, you can kind of get stumped about, well, how do I solve these issues, right? Now, I'm going to offer you a few solutions in response to some of the questions that were in the previous segment. Is your home a shoes on or shoes off kind of home, right? That's a lifestyle preference question. If your home is a shoes off home, what have you been doing? Hey, what's up, Lainey? What have you been doing? How have you been dealing with your shoes off solution? So here are a couple things you could do. You can get a rack or a cabinet with adequate space to make it what I call the shoe waiting room or the shoe waiting zone, right? You could even have a basket where you offer guests and loved ones some footies or some type of little sock to put on while they are in your shoeless home. I have personally done this. I've even been to other folks' home where they've done this, and it was great for me. You could also carve out a corner of a closet, put a little shelf in there or a rack in there. If the shoes are going to be visible, I would suggest making them neat and potentially hide them away. I recently did a shoe holding area zone in a client's home that I just finished last weekend, and we did something a little unusual. We took a narrow console table and made it like a stand on the side of the door. And at the bottom shelf, she could put her shoes there just because she didn't have many. She wanted to take them on and off quickly. So you can create a zone or an environment that embraces your lifestyle preference. Number 2, do you entertain regularly or big holidays? Just big holidays. This question will help you make decisions. For example, how big of a dining table do you need to get? If you're going to need something that's going to accommodate big holidays, you might get a table that has a leaf in it that comes out, and the table can be smaller when you don't have those big holiday festivities. Or maybe you're going to design a new kitchen and it's open concept, and you're going to say, I want to put an island in there, but you want that island to be like a gathering zone. So if you already understand that you're going to have these big holidays, or you want that central zone, it's going to impact how large the island is going to be in that space. Also, it'll help you determine how much storage do you need for accessories, for entertaining, and where should that storage be located. Number 3, do you regularly vegetable or flower garden? I personally do both of those. So that would help you with some of your design for your outside spaces. You might need an outdoor shed, Or you might at least have a zone where you keep all of your tools and supplies. You might want a mud room to transition from outdoors to indoors without tracking dirt and mud into your home. I don't actually have enough space. I have two access points to my backyard. On one side, I don't have enough for a literal mud room, but I did create a transition zone on my covered porch so that I could take boots and things like that off. Number four, how do you want to feel when you and others are in the space? Listen, you all, this is perhaps the most important question of all. How do you want to feel? Do you want to feel serene? Do you want it to be zen? Do you want it to be upbeat? Do you want to feel kind of jazzy? You want to answer that question. And once you know how you want to feel, your designer and you will be able to curate a space that provides that exact experience. That's really what it's all about ultimately. And then five, do you have pets that live in the home like a family member? I used to have a dog, and when I had a dog, my dog was like a family member. Of course, that means different things to different people. You might decide you want a full doggy room in your home for your pet. I know people who have designed a little guest bedroom for their pet. You might want to go that route. Nothing wrong with that. Or you could just decide you're going to carve out a space under your stairs, or you might transform a closet and make an actual zone, a place where, little Fifi's items all are stored and kept. You really shouldn't consider anything to be off limits when you are brainstorming about your lifestyle preferences. Even if it's something you don't have right now, it's something that you could possibly get eventually. So dream big and envision what will make your space really suit the lifestyle that you either have currently or the lifestyle you are planning for. All of that is going to affect your decisions. All right, good people, it's time to have some fun. This is one of my favorite segments. This is yay or nay. Now, I'm going to shout out some things, and you're going to say yay or nay. Do you want these types of things in your lifestyle preference? So outdoor living space, yay or nay? Do you already have one you love? Is that on your aspirational list? You're thinking, oh my gosh, if I could just carve out, maybe something, if you have a balcony, or if you have just a little corner, an outdoor living space where you can go out. The temperature here on the East Coast, at least in DC, got up to 71 today. Oh my God, I sat on my porch all morning working. Number two, carpeted floors versus no wood floors, meaning all your flooring is carpeted. I know people who either love carpet or they hate it. You know what I mean? They either love wood floors or they want, partially covered. So what's your yay or nay? Yay to carpeted floors or nay? Number three, indoor fireplace. Now, this could be wood burning. It could be one of the new ones, gas, ethanol, etc. But an indoor fireplace. And there are really so many options available nowadays around a fireplace to kind of have the fire element. Is that yay or nay for you? More bathrooms. That usually, oh gosh, I have often thought about making my front porch, closing it in to make it a sunroom, but I love that outdoor breezeway. So I'm still torn, but that's a great idea. More bathrooms. That tends to be on folks' list, either more bathrooms or updating bathrooms they already have. So I personally am seeking to add a second bathroom here on my home. I actually was prepared to go into construction right when the pandemic hit. And so things have been really topsy-turvy, but that's on my list to do. Number five, a large kitchen island. If you have the space for it, is that yay or nay for you? Some people can't stand the large kitchen islands. I've heard people call them the floating boat, and joking and stuff, but other people love it. What's a preference for you? And two more, a home gym. Is that yay or nay for you? Would you just throw up the yes, if I had a home gym, I would work out more? Or you're like, no, I have to go to the gym to work out. Yay or nay? And then last, a media or movie room. Those are really trending, really hot nowadays. And honestly, one of my cousins actually has the cutest media room in an extra guest bedroom. It's not huge, but it's comfortable. It's large enough to hold two of those those reclining loungers, and also like a nice comfy love seat. It's the coolest movie media room. Point being, you don't need a super huge, large space. You could have that. Is a media room or TV movie room, yay or nay? Is that something you might like to have in your home? Please drop your stuff in the comments, yay or nay. This is just fun. And this kind of thing really just helps you figure out more about what you like. What are your lifestyle preferences? Now, every episode, y'all know I take a moment to give honor to my first two design mentors, my mom, Donna Jean, and my aunt, Laura May. Now, some of you heard my story. I lived in 13 different homes from the time I was born until I was 17. And listen, we were not in the army. But my mom was a master at moving us from place to place and making each place feel like home. I learned a lot about how space affects your feelings and keeping things that have great meaning around you during that time. Now, my design approach focuses on creating fresh, vibrant, welcoming spaces, a blend of contemporary, modern, and classic pieces, which make rooms timeless and inspire joy for a lifetime. Now, I'm going to share with you guys this week's video of the week. I love to highlight different videos, and all these videos can be found on my YouTube channel. Because spring has sprung, I'm highlighting my DIY small backyard makeover series. This is a great series of 6 short videos. I think none of the videos are longer than like 3 minutes. And it walks you through the 6 zones that I created in my pretty small backyard. And it gives you great ideas and inspirations. For example, I did a raised garden bed. I created a simple fire pit that anybody could do, a dining area, a grilling zone, and landscaping with flowers. Check this video out. Again, it's 6 short videos, and you can find them on my channel, because even though it focuses on outdoor spaces, you'll still get some great ideas for indoor things that you could do indoors. Take a look, let me know. Even if you are going to hire someone, it's still really valuable to do a little research on your own so that you are familiar with some of the tools that people are using. And just when they ask you a question, you're ready to say yay versus nay. I want this versus that, right? You feel me? All right, you guys, this week's Dopenificent List, followed by the TCB, Taking Care of Business Advice on Life. Now, y'all know Sustuh Linda is coming every other week. She actually sent her note. She missed y'all. She missed y'all. She'll be back next week. That's my alter ego design assistant, Sustuh Linda. So she's not here this week. If y'all are going, where's Sustuh Linda? She's not over there yelling in the sidelines, but she'll be back next week. And again, she said she missed y'all. So this week's Dopenificent List, we always highlight 3 things that are totally dope that we think you should check out. Number 1, on the Dopenificent List this week is the book Living with Pattern by Rebecca Atwood. It's an introduction to color, texture, and print at home. One of my gifts is putting together different patterns, mixing patterns, layering colors, layering textures. I absolutely love it so much. I had so much fun doing that in the home that I finished styling this past weekend, which photos are up on in my YouTube group, my Facebook group, and on the community section of my YouTube page. So check that book out. If you want to learn more, you want to feel more empowered about how to do that, that's a great book. A decor item, Kuba cloth pillows or wall hanging. Kuba is a textile unique in the Democratic Republic of Congo, formerly Zaire, and it's known for the elaborate complexity of design and its surface decoration. In fact, I hand painted this wall behind me, and that is inspired by Kuba cloth symbols. Kuba cloth is a raffia, tightly woven raffia cloth, and women are responsible for transforming that cloth into various gorgeous, gorgeous textiles. I mean, simply one of a kind. And you can use it for pillows. You can use it for wall hangings and art. You could even really do like a cornice to do something really funky and different and unique. I absolutely adore Kuba cloth, so I am hyping that up as a decor item. Also, Home Goods has a line where they are actually selling Kuba cloth. I'm not sure if the cloth is 100% authentic, but it looks really, really nice. And it's a good price point, so you could check that out. And then the last thing on the Dopenificent list is the favorite meme this week. When women say they are running errands, they are actually at Home Goods or TJ Maxx sniffing candles and touching soft blankets. Come on, I can't be the only one. Is anybody out there like that's me too? I usually end up saying, well, I'm gonna just run in here real quick, right? And then the next thing I know, I've been in there for 45 minutes. Like seriously, in the candle section, out yourself. I thought that was such a great meme. So we're gonna close out our show tonight with the TCB, taking care of business on this is advice on life. And usually my alter ego design assistant, Sustuh Linda, shares the TCB advice. Well, this week, we're going to focus on getting ready for the Repurpose Yo Stuff challenge. March is really about repurposing items in your home. It's time to refresh, regenerate, y'all. Add some oomph. All right, girl. Yes, amen. Add some oomph in your home. And so I want you to pick a room in your home or a space. It could even be a closet that you just want to refresh. You want to revitalize it. I just spent the past 2.5 weeks revitalizing pretty much every room in my home. And repurpose your stuff means you don't go out and spend a ton of money. Okay. We all have stuff that we, bought and thought we'd use somewhere. It's in a closet or it's in a corner in a room. And it's like, I once did a space for a client. She had a gorgeous covered tufted bench. She just never found a space for it. And I was designing a room in her home. And I said, pull that out. Let's use that. And she thought it'll never work. Now it's her favorite item in the room that I did for her. So you're to go around your home. There may be artwork and decor items that you can shuffle around. And I'm recommending you spend, give yourself a budget. Maybe it's $300. You'll know what that top budget should be. The idea is to take something that you've had in your home and maybe you haven't been in love with it where it is, and figure out how to move it to another location and really revitalize a space. This is the Repurpose Yo Stuff challenge. We all have a lot of stuff. Go in the garage, look in those closets, and it's going to make you feel really proud. Trust me, when you do something like this for yourself, you are filling your own cup, right? We say in that self-love journey, fill your cup first, or they say on the airplane, put your oxygen mask on. Do something that's going to help you declutter, help you look at your items in your home with a fresh eye, a fresh sense of feeling good about yourself. I'm right. So I want you to look at your stuff, stop avoiding it, stop saying, oh, I'll take care of that later. I know I need to do something about that. Put these things to good use, and you are going to be the better for it. And as Sister Linda would say, now that's all I'm going to say about that. TCB, taking care of business, repurpose your stuff challenge. So next week's episode, we're going to be talking about more detail, how to repurpose your stuff, what you can do, because sometimes you're just stumped for ideas, right? I know I have that happen to me too. So that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this week for this episode of Design Love. We'll be back next week for Wind Down Wednesday edition, and it's the Repurpose Your Stuff Challenge. Thanks so much, you guys. See you next week, everyone.